The term Big Three used to mean powerhouses, titans of weekly shonen jump. One Piece, Naruto and Bleach weren't just popular, they defined an era. If you were around in the early 2000s, you already know these three ran anime like Jordan, Kobe and LeBron ran basketball. Every conversation one of their names came up, but now we're in a different time. One Piece is the only OG still standing. Naruto passed the torch to Boruto and Bleach came back with the 1,000-year blood war, but it's not leading the culture like it used to. So let's ask the question every anime fan has low-key been thinking about. Who's the next Big Three? And look, this isn't about favorites, this isn't about your comfort anime or what has the most fan edits. We are talking about impact, sales, reach and cultural influence. What series came out in the last decade and actually shook the industry? To find that out, all we need to do is check the stats each of these shows is leaving behind. First up, Demon Slayer. Over 150 million manga copies sold. The manga ran from 2016 to 2020. Only 205 chapters, but somehow it became a global juggernaut. And here is the crazy part. Demon Slayer did all this with a story that's dead simple, like really simple. Tanjiro wants to save his sister. That's it. No complex politics, no hidden clans, just sword fights and demons. So how did it blow up with such simple lore? Three things: animation, emotion, and execution. You know that fight between Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, Tengen versus Daki and Gyutaro? I remember how excited I was watching that fight. To this day, this fight is still in my top 3 greatest fights of all time. That fight perfectly displayed beautiful animation, deep emotions, and it was executed perfectly. TikTok lost its mind. You had people who have never seen one episode of anime in their life talking about that fight. And I'm not going to lie, I used to hate on Demon Slayer before, not because it's a bad anime, but because it's just too simple. I'm this type of person who enjoys complex stories and lore. My favorite animes are literally One Piece, JoJo's, Attack on Titan, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Each of these shows have at least one complex thing about it. I was angry at the fact that something so simple could excite me. But the truth is, sometimes simplicity done right hits harder than complexity done wrong. That's why when people come up to me and say, "Yo, Yonko, I want to start watching anime, where do I start from?" 8 out of 9 times I recommend Demon Slayer. It's a gateway anime that doesn't just invite you in, it literally drags you in, hooks you, and makes sure you're not going anywhere. Now let's talk about the monster of the modern era, Jujutsu Kaisen. Over 100 million manga copies sold, 271 chapters, and the manga ran from 2018 to 2024. Jujutsu Kaisen is different. It's not trying to be clean, it's not trying to make you feel safe. This world is raw and dangerous. Characters die, people suffer, plot armor is almost non-existent. The stakes feel real, and the power system is insane. We have cursed energy, domain expansion, reversed curse techniques. It's deep and complex. But let's not lie to ourselves, Jujutsu Kaisen did not blow up because of its writing. It has very good writing, but that's not the main reason why it's this popular. It blew up because of Gojo Satoru. This man is anime royalty. Gojo is so iconic that people even compare him to Goku. And sometimes people go as far as saying he's more iconic and popular than Goku, the father of anime. And I don't even blame people who think so. When Gojo got killed, there was a memorial held for him in Japan, and I'm not even joking. Real people came out from their houses to come pay respect to Gojo. You can't fake this kind of impact. Let's also not forget the chokehold Jujutsu Kaisen had us in during the Gojo vs Sukuna arc. Every week people went crazy. Theories were flying left and right. Jujutsu Kaisen had people pulling out anatomy graphs talking about arteries, veins and shit. Don't even get me started on how the internet blew up when Gojo died. This death almost brought tears to my eyes, bro. Gojo was sliced in half and people still thought he was coming back. I'm not going to lie, I thought he was coming back too. Then we gotta talk about how Sukuna was killing people every week. Every chapter, bro was getting jumped by different people and he keeps beating them. Bro, I would never forget how beautiful that era was. Now, for the one that's consistently been holding it down for a decade, My Hero Academia. The manga launched in 2014, over 85 million manga copies sold, and still going strong with over 400 chapters. My Hero Academia has showed the world a shonen series can have Marvel level structure. Hero, villains, world politics, fan events, cinematic arcs, you name it. The anime started slow but kept building. The sports festival, Stain, All Might vs All for One, Shigaraki's Rise, Star and Stripe, Deku going dark. It's been a roller coaster. And yeah, the fandom is weird. The ships, the cosplay, the edits are cringe as hell, but that doesn't take away what the anime itself has accomplished. It's brought in a new concept. And let's not forget, My Hero Academia dropped before Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. This was the foundation, the first of the new wave, the one that said, hey, the big three are gone, but we are here just getting started. So when someone asks you, yo, who's the new big three? Tell them the 6th Yonko said it's Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and My Hero Academia. Each one redefined what it means to succeed in modern anime. Now, if you are sitting there thinking, what about Chainsaw Man? What about Attack on Titan? I hear you. But Chainsaw Man is still cooking. It hasn't hit that consistent mainstream takeover yet. And ALT is legendary, but it's not a weekly shonen jump series. And it's not really part of the new wave, it's in a league of its own. ALT is like the Dragon Ball of our era. Not in the big three, but more iconic than the big three combined. So yeah, agree, disagree, let me know what you think in the comments. See you in the next video. Peace.